these are the mistakes that I want to really avoid moving forward. And I wanted to start in the daily because this is something that I believe is going to make or break my career moving forward. As we see, this is the S&P 500. There is nothing in play for me. I don't know if I'm going up or down. There is no clear direction for me. And unfortunately, I I believe that I was so eager to enter a trade that unfortunately this cost me bad setups, bad trades. So let me clarify one thing, right? I really wanted to take this trade right here. This was the trade that I was so eager to get in, which is off of oil, which ran up my 3RR. I was not able to enter it because the contract is being renewed. So I was not able to trade oil at all. And it frustrated me so much because this was just the easiest dub, and oil is actually in play for me. This is clear that price where price wants to go. So we had news obviously that Google and Apple, there's news about the whole AI thing. I had that in the back of my head, and I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe that's gonna help the tech stock, right? The tech S&P 500, the index. Maybe that's gonna give it that volume that I need. And unfortunately, it did not. It did not give it the volume that I was hoping for. But I mean, again, off of the daily, there was nothing for me to. I shouldn't have been messing with this to begin with. There was nothing there for me. But either way, I want to break it down. So my demand was off of this demand right here, off of the 1 hour. When price, I'm gonna just show you guys off of TradeZella. This was my first trade right here. As you guys can see, we have my demand here, right? My entry was this first initial candle. We got stopped out. Next trade. Price, after it stopped me out, it created this morning star, but there was no 5 minute break of structure. This trade is something that I shouldn't have taken. My third trade, we finally got a 5 minute break of structure right here via this candle. Unfortunately, we got stopped out again. Seeing the S&P was pushing further and further low, I decided, well, maybe let me take a sell. And I entered here when this candle closed. Next candle opened, went down, came back against me. Next candle pushed higher. I closed it around this area right here. Another trade that shouldn't have been taken. Lastly but not least, this trade here, I was able to close it in profit for a small scalp. Okay. I was actually thinking when this started happening, I'm like, oh, it's probably going to go to the 3RR. However, I figured, let me go ahead, and I did profit, but I was like, let me go ahead and just take what I need and get out. So I was able to luckily recoup. Let's say these two losses right here were recouped by this one trade. But unfortunately, we did close losing today. I don't know why it's showing. We did close, negatively, unfortunately. So I want to reflect on this because looking at it clearly now, I really need to start asking myself from the bigger picture point of view, is my instrument in play? This trade here was valid. This trade here was not. This trade here was valid. I think this is where I should have called it a day because I already had went past my trading threshold. I decided, hey, I'm only gonna risk 1%. I went slightly over it, but another opportunity would have been here, 155. This right here would have been valid too. I could have entered right here, and I mean again, but it's we never get that three. That's the unfortunate thing about this situation. I never get that three, and maybe that's where I would have to manage it. But I'm just saying these 1, 2 were would have been fine, and then maybe I took this third trade and I took a L, and it is what it is. But this right here was not good. I'd even argue that up here, I mean, perhaps this wasn't good because I already had this up here. Now, if this wasn't here, then yeah, I would say let's go for this instead, that 5 minute break of structure. So overall, I give myself like a solid C for today. I think I could have done a lot better, and kind of recognizing this is like, okay, I need to do better. Well, I guess it is what it is. I'm going to just learn from my mistakes, and be a little bit more patient because I'm so eager to pass this account, guys. That like I know some of y'all might understand what I'm talking about, but like when you got bills and then you got debt and then like I'm just so eager to get this account funded and start working towards a payout and just be able to just I don't even want to put 2 weeks notice. I just want to go in there and take my uniform and be like, yo, I'm out. But well, I guess this is part of the learning process. I need to take things one day at a time and perfect my craft and get better and better. But before I leave you guys, I do want to show you guys this. That yeah, it says I'm looking at Yahoo Finance and they're talking about how the Dow Jones was down 0.5%, and this is all due to the fact that 23 out of the 30 were negative, and unfortunately only 7 were green. So that's why it makes sense that something like Google and Apple announcing their partnership as far as the AI did nothing for the freaking index. Again, I'm learning. I'm still learning, guys, and I hope that you guys are learning through my mistakes. But without further ado, it's your boy Los Trades. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.